what does fallen arches actually mean? So fallen arches means, in regards to your feet, whether or not you have a good arch. So when you look at somebody's foot, especially from the side, like going from the middle part of their body looking towards their foot, you should see an arch that looks somewhat like this. So if this is the toes and this is the heel, their toes will be nice and flat, and then as you get in towards the middle of the foot, they should start to have a bit of an arch. So what can happen sometimes, and some people are born this way, sometimes it's a bad habit, or sometimes it can be from weakening of muscles or a combination of all of those, that arch can slowly flatten out. Typically, this may or may not be something that will cause pain. So if there are any symptoms, you may have symptoms, you may not have symptoms. Over time, especially if you are somebody who's very active or works a job where you have to stay on your feet a lot, you can have more, you could be prone to having things such as plantar fasciitis, which is foot pain, usually in the heel or in the arch. You can also be prone to more types of tendinitis in the foot and the ankle. So there can be things that arise from having weakened arches, but just having a fallen arch or a weakened arch doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have pain. It just depends on your activity level and what sorts of activities you do throughout the day and the amount of activity you do on your feet. And then lastly, we'll talk about whether or not physical therapy can help. So in many cases, physical therapy can be helpful to anyone who has some of the things that I had mentioned before, including plantar fasciitis and tendinitis around the ankle and foot. It can also be helpful if you've noticed that you used to have a good arch in your foot before, and then you slowly notice that my arch isn't as good on this foot as it is on the other foot, or I feel like my feet have gotten flatter over the years, and you've noticed a change. We can potentially help to improve that arch by giving you some exercises and just doing a general evaluation to figure out maybe why one foot might be flatter than the other, and just troubleshoot a little bit. So if you feel like this sounds like you, if you're having some issues with foot pain, or if you notice that your arch isn't quite the way you think it should be, feel free to come in and see us. We'll do an evaluation. We'll talk to you about what we found, if we think that we can help in your case, and go from there and get a plan in order. So let us know if you need us. All right, thank you.